The EC chairperson gave the assurance when she answered questions from members of parliament on the floor of the House last Friday on the Commission's preparations towards the upcoming general elections. So, on registration, giving the updates on this year's limited voters registration exercise, she said it took place in all 268 district offices across the country, including the Guam district, in addition to 800 difficult to reach centers and others at 25 public universities. At the end of the day, the exercise, at the end of the 23-day exercise, Jane Mensah said 778,447 new voters were registered, exceeding the original target of 623,000. Out of the number, 63.68% used the guarantor system. 36.28% used the Ghana card, while 0.34% used the passport to prove their citizenship and age. So she added that the number of females registered in the exercise summed up to 408,332, constituting 52.45% of the total number, and those who registered while male voters amounted to 370,115, constituting 47.55%. So the EC chair also announced that following the EC's engagement with the Ghana Federation for Disabled, the exercise witnessed an encouraging participation from the persons with disability, as 1,341 persons registered to vote. So, okay. So the numbers are there. She also talked about the mistakes. Okay, let me capture mistakes. It says that Jane Mensah said the EC missed a number of important steps in the data generation process in its efforts to provide timely information on the registration details on citizenry, which resulted in a few mistakes on some of the slides that were released to the public. So the Commission has since those episodes, assessed its methods and introduced more rigorous processes to guarantee accurate data going forward. Quote, in terms of the arrangements put in place the conduct of our field staff, the availability of materials, and the functioning of our equipment, amongst others, the 2024 voters registration exercise was highly successful, and it was inclusive and highly participatory. And to date, we have not heard or received any complaints relating to the disenfranchisement of citizens, Jane Mensah said. So she also captures on violence, policy decisions, and election calendar, and this was all made public when she appeared before Parliament last Friday. Beatrice.
Good morning, Annie. I think that let me start with the issue of the security of Jane Mensah. I think that the MPP knows what they are doing with Jane Mensah. They know how they are using her, and the only thing that to give her the protection she needs, they need to give her 20 military officers. And it is instructive to know that she doesn't even take only these 20 military officers whose primary duties are not to protect citizens internally. The military is not responsible for providing internal security for individuals or public officials. They follow her to the salon. If you know her house, when you get there, you would think it's a war zone. In fact, she has more military officers in her house than even in Boku, where the war is. So, and I've been to Boku. So sometimes you wonder what really is the problem. Do we need all this drama? This morning, I messaged Charlotte to say, former electoral commissioner, she never had a single military bodyguard. I never saw a Farijan with a single military bodyguard.
So why didn't even see him with a police officer?
So why?
And maybe they were far. Maybe they were not close to him, but he was always on his own.
At least I can speak for that of Charlotte Osei. She's a woman. She was an electoral commissioner. She supervised an election. She never had a single military officer. So why do we have to set up war zones? The electoral commissioner has more military men than the last time the military men I saw at the Boko Nabas Palace. Where are we going? It just tells you that the government knows what they are doing and they know what they are planning. So I ask, and sometimes I think that Jane Mensah should begin to think beyond the MPP. So assuming she comes on retirement, like Mr. Farijan has, will she have the 20 military men following her? Or at the time, she would have been done with executing the tax, so she wouldn't need the military men? Or the people who want to harm her, all of them would have died by that time? Sometimes I really don't get it. I don't get, but I mean, it's in tandem with the opulence that we are seeing in this government. And truly and really, I think that she can even have the entire army guide her. In the 2024 elections, nothing will change. And you see, the electoral commissioner makes a certain comment and says that, for instance, the EC does not have the power to change results. Yeah. I think Madam Jane Mensah doesn't appreciate her work. I think she's thinking like the president and Baumia. You know, Baumia is not responsible for anything. Whatever happens, she's the driver's mate. Now, President Anado is also not responsible for any of our mess. It is either Russia, Ukraine, or COVID, or something else apart from them. Now, Madam Jane Mensah also says that, you know what, the results that we collate, they come from, to borrow her words, the grounds. And so the EC does not have anything to do. Who transmits the results? And please help me. Who transmits the results to the EC? Isn't it the officers at the district level? Officers. Or she thinks that because she's an electoral commissioner, she sits in Accra and she is an embodiment of the electoral commission. And all others who work under her, she does not have ultimate responsibility. When in Asin North, her officers were giving MPP voters 2 ballots and papers at a time, and we were caught. I mean, they were caught. That is not the electoral commission. That is who? My grandmother. That is who? When she kept changing the results, in fact, as we sit here, we cannot tell what the official results for the 2020 election is.
You can't. She gave a final one.
Which one? The 5th one, the 4th one, the 3rd one.
How can the 4th one be the final one if there's a 5th?
How did you know there will be a 5th at the time the 4th happened?
What do you mean, how did you know there will be a 5th? I don't understand.
At the time the 4th results was ready, did you anticipate there will be a 5th?
No.
But so you had to wait. So I'm also waiting. We had to wait.
You're still waiting for another one?
Yes.
Oh,
maybe she will have... No, because you see, it tells you the level... I don't know what words to use to describe the current electoral commission. You have a commission that only 33% of people believe that you are credible or you will do the right thing. What it tells you is that even the NPP people, many don't believe that the electoral commission is credible. The electoral commission spokespersons, who are by extension MPP communicators, even many of their members don't believe. But what I want to say in respect of this is that the NDC is going into this election with its own electoral commission. The NDC is going into this election with extra vigilance. The NDC is going into this election with zero trust for Madam Jane Mensah and the former TESCON patron, the deputy, what's his name? Bosman Asari. And also the former MPP communicator, Etuahene, who are at the Electoral Commission. We are going into Mr. Apiahene. Okay, Tiahene is my lecturer, so Apiahene. So we are going into this election with zero trust for them. And yesterday I had the privilege of attending my branch meeting in my branch. And if you look at what the NDC at the branch level believe, we believe that this electoral commissioner and the members of the commission, many of them have, they cannot play fair. Even those who want to play fair, they are under pressure to do the wrong things. But we will be vigilant. You know, when they came to our synod, their leaders kept telling them, we have a certain superior strategy. We are going to win the election. We have a certain, and then some of them will be whispering certain strategy, like the Yawaso West Wagon thing that happened. So they brought military men. By the time it was 12, Gabi and John Buedu and what's the name of their current general secretary? Justin Kodia.
Justin.
Looks like I've forgotten all the MPP members. So they all came as at 2 o'clock. They became frustrated because all the rigging machinery and mechanism they told their people. Loratu here called me several times. They will win their synod election. We are here. So all the machinations.
When did I call you?
Oh, you were laughing at it. You don't know who will win. I'm on the grounds. All the machinations that they have in a synod, we show them that what happened in the past would not be allowed to be repeated. And more than ever, in this election, the NDC owes it a duty to the people of Ghana that we are at a time when we cannot afford to... See, people will collapse if MPP should continue governing. The situation is so terrible that sometimes they cannot gauge the anger and the mood of the country because they are only looking at their bank balances. But perhaps if they will stop looking under their beds, if they will stop looking inside their room and their bank balances, and they will engage the people, they will get to know that not even Mensah with 20 military men can save them. And I want to encourage every Ghanaian, whether you are NDC or not, and to say that this election is not about the NDC and the NPP. This election is Ghanaians against the NPP and the Electoral Commissioner. And we all have a duty in each polling station, in each constituency, to make sure that the right thing is done. And nobody can do anything to you because the Constitution mandates you to make sure that you protect our democracy, which means that you must protect our elections and the electoral system. Because there are too many instances, and I don't want to recount some of those instances, from procurement issues to many leadership indiscretion, to misinterpretation of laws, and some false sense of protection that Mensah and the electoral commissioners have, that even some of their people internally are frustrated. Some of the people who work with the electoral commission, they are frustrated. So I'm more than confident that we will not take Madame Mensah by words. This woman has shown with time that she doesn't do what she says. She has no integrity. The people of Ghana don't believe in her and the other MPP people at the commission. What the people of Ghana know is that come 2024, we will protect a system that will give us the right leader, and certainly not Baumia.